It will be panic adjacent. Now, this is a team that has been 6-6 in the regular season and then got hot
That's when
late.
they changed the offense.
Right, that's when they changed the offense. So it's not as if they've never had rocky starts, but this would be a little different in this regard. Even the year they were 6-6, there was no team in that division that you looked at like, man, they might win 13 games. You know what I mean? That they might go out and run away and hide in the division. And the Patriots, because they're good and because of the schedule, do have that chance. Also, I thought when the Chiefs started 0-2 that this was going to be a golden opportunity for Buffalo to get something they have not had since Jim Kelly was there, which is home field advantage. And Josh Allen, I know this was a story when Mahomes had never played a road playoff game, so he had never won a road playoff game. But Josh Allen's played 4 road playoff games and is 0-4. The Bills as a franchise have not won a road playoff game since Jim Kelly. And so if they lose this game and their chance of winning the division drops even lower, that would guarantee all road playoff games, much less what I thought they were going to have, which is potentially all home playoff games. So all of that combined with the fact, Coach, that I think this is the worst defense they've had in the last 5 years since they've been contenders, it would be panic-ish, not as far as missing the playoffs, but as far as their SBOB and their ability to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the building is really looking that far ahead where they're trying to factor in, do we get home playoff games or not? It's just too far in the distance. Maybe the owner is doing that. Maybe the GM could be doing that, but definitely not the head coach and the coaching staff. And if you lose this game, you're still in the playoffs. You know, if the playoffs start today, not that that really matters, but you would be, and you're losing to a team that's emerging. So Kansas City's gone through its beautification phase, and so you're not shocked by the fact that could happen. And looking back at our first Super Bowl run, we were 5-5 through 10 games. Just like Nick talked about, the Bills are 6-6, and it just matters when you get hot. So to be 5-3 and to lose to a good Chiefs team, it's not really panic mode. It's not where you want to be, but I don't think anybody should be too.
No,
upset.
That's fair. But I felt like for most of this week, this game I've been I want to see it. I'm excited about it. But I felt like, well, if the Bills beat them, they've beaten them many times in the playoff or in the regular season, but can't beat them in the playoffs. So I wasn't putting much into it. But as I thought more about it, I do now think it has a lot of meaning now. And that is because I think this will tell us, Coach, if the Bills are a legitimate top-tier Super Bowl contender or just a playoff team. And that's what I thought they were last year. And I think they are showing so far that they are what I thought they were last year. Like, their roster to me isn't – look at their weapons compared to Detroit. Green Bay has Micah on the defensive side of the ball. Matt Milano hadn't been playing as well as he had in the past. Ed Oliver's hurt. Like, Philadelphia, obviously tremendous weapons. Kansas City's got Mahomes, and then his receivers are really good. Like,
it's a better – the Bills –
They don't – James Cook is legitimately very good.
James Cook and the O-line have been their biggest weapon aside from Josh.
Right, and that's what I feel like they've got one phenomenal superstar in Josh Allen. And again, Cook is really good, but I just don't – their roster on paper does not blow me away. And I felt that way last year. And Josh was so good that they had a great season, and they will have a really good season. But if they lose this game to the Chiefs, I feel like it'll tell me they're good. They're going to make the playoffs. They will not get to the Super Bowl.
So, yeah, it's so hard to push it out 8 games because so much is going to change with injuries and improvements that teams make. Like we've seen improvements from the Ravens defense. We're going to see things get a little bit better and in some cases get a little bit worse. When you have the MVP of the league, just like Baltimore has an MVP of the league in Kansas City, when you've got that weapon and you've got such a good running back and the O-line's playing really well, you can do a lot of damage if you get in the playoffs, even with a defense that's struggling a little bit.
So listen. I will always say, as long as Josh is there, unless another team emerges that doesn't currently exist, that the second most dangerous team in the conference is Buffalo. But they are sick of being the second most dangerous team in the conference. They want to be the best team in the conference, which some people think they have been, and they've just gotten unlucky. I think they've never been better than the Chiefs. But regardless, this is now an uphill battle when you look at the defense they are bringing to the fight this year compared to years past. This defense is not that good. And they have consistently, we can show you their ranks, 9th in points, 12th in yards. Those sound fine. You dig deeper on it, and it's like, all right, you're allowing 5.5 yards per play. That's, in the latter half of the league. You're allowing teams to convert 40% of their third downs. Teams can really run on you, which, by the way, might be worse than it even looks because they've been winning games. So teams aren't adding to their rushing total, trying to salt away the clock. Teams are trailing most of the game and still running on you. So, that might be a real problem, not so much that Kansas City can exploit. And then here's the other reason, KW, that this is, I think, an important game for Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Of all the teams right now currently in the playoffs, nobody, and we can show you the strength of victory stuff, has feasted on, it's demonstrative how bad the teams are the Bills have beaten. Now, we can put an asterisk on it because one of those teams is Baltimore, and how good is Baltimore? But everybody talks about how easy the Patriots' schedule is. The Patriots, though, have a win over Buffalo, which buttresses them. Their opponents that they've beaten basically are, cumulative track to be 5-12 teams. That's what a 268 winning percentage is. So if you lose to Atlanta, that's mediocre, lose to the Patriots, who are good in Buffalo, and then lose to Kansas City, the question does arise when someone that you're supposed to be in the weight class in comes to the party, can you beat them? I think those are all fair questions if they lose this game.
Can I ask you a question, Coach? And I don't know what to make of this because it's such a huge game, and it's such a game that we're all going to be locked in, focused on 100%. But every other, I'll flip it a little bit, I'll stay here. Team that beat the Chiefs really proved something. The Chargers, it was week 1. We're looks like the Chargers are for real this year. The Eagles went into Kansas City. They were the Super Bowl, it's a revenge game. Nope, the Eagles have still got it. They'll still find a way, even though it was a gutty victory.
The Prince kept
the Jags are
titles.
look at the Jags. And look at, Mahomes is fallible with the 99-yard pick six. And remember, they were feasting on, takeaways.
Yeah.
It feels like if the Bills beat the Chiefs, nothing really gets proven. It's very strange, but...
See, I disagree with that. We keep talking about, they always do it, It's not easy to beat the Chiefs. And it's not, I think it's harder to beat the Chiefs right now than when some of those other teams beat them. Mm-hmm. So as much as we want to discount them winning against Kansas City and them being able to get the better of Patrick Mahomes, it's still significant. And we collectively may want to lessen it because they've done it in the past, but it's still significant. And it's really significant to them right now based off the fact that they haven't beat anybody with any kind of resume.
I would argue that if the Bills win this game, this is going to be a weird thing to say, it's the best win any team has had in the league all year. It's better than the other wins over the Chiefs because the Chiefs weren't whole. Rasheed wasn't there for any of them. Xavier wasn't there for the first two. You look at I think this would be.
I gotta go through every game.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I said it's a weird one. I think this would be. And I understand it's in Buffalo, so that tweaks it a bit. But I think it'd be the best win any contender has on their docket because right now, Vegas is telling you that right now they look at the Chiefs as the clear-cut best team. I think it's going to go the other way. I think this could be a rough game for Buffalo.
That would be fascinating. It's time now for the hottest segment in all of sports. It's Upset Alert. And by hot, it's like a hot day in the fall. It's wow, it's nice. I only need a heavy sweater. Because week 8 was a little bit rough. There weren't a ton of upsets. We don't make the schedules. You know what I mean? It was.
Last week was an.
I mean, but these are bad. I mean, let's just be honest. Brew, I was with you on Dallas over Denver. They got beat by 3 scores.
I believe I trusted them.
Wilds, I told you not to go with Pittsburgh over Green Bay. They got beat by 2 scores. Coach, everybody told Greg not to go with Carolina over Buffalo.
That was
they got
bad.
beat by 31.
Mine wasn't that.
So, I mean,
Greg's was
it's
the
rough.
worst.
And you guys have been stuck on 18 for a while, Coach.
Yeah.
Well,
So I hope
This
this
what,
about
like
to
week
change.
2?
I hope this
It's about
week
to change.
you're nice and conservative. Go for,
I
don't
am.
go big game
Don't
hunting.
bank on it.
I'm going conservatives couldn't be. You guys ready?
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, Carolina over Green Bay.
Wow, they're going
back.
back to Carolina.
Carolina with Bryce
Coach.
is different. I like this.
Really?
Hold on
That
a second.
really?
I
Hold
like
on
this.
a second. Hold on a second. So Bryce is back, and I know it's the same old. It's the same old Carolina Panthers. Well, he had him with a 3-game win streak. When's that happened last? 7 years ago with Cam and Rivera. Ron Rivera. So that's been 7 years since they had a 3-game winning streak. So there's that. Well, what about Green Bay? They've got Micah Parsons. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
He's the greatest player who's ever played in the whole history of the NFL. He can single-handedly win games. He catches passes. He sells tickets. He does everything. They've got him. That means they're unbeatable, except if they play the Cleveland Browns, right? They were going to go to undefeated. They lose to them. Well, what about the next week? They're going to play the Dallas Cowboys. It's a revenge game. They're definitely they tied them too. So maybe they look past opponents. Let's see. Let's do it. Maybe can we take a look at this? Here's their record when they're 6-point favorites. They're 4-5-1.
They've lost 4 games outright as 6-point favorites.
6-point favorites.
Their last 10.
Here's them against the spread, 2-8. So now, who do they have next week? They couldn't possibly be looking past Carolina. They've got Philly. Maybe they're looking past Carolina. Carolina comes to town. Bryce Young's firing on all cylinders. Packers decide maybe we don't have to play that hard, and then it's all over. But
This would
crying,
be a
and we collect
15
points.
and a half.
You don't hate it?
I don't hate it.
Greg had the same logic. For
Except it was
Buffalo,
Dalton.
they got the Chiefs next
Oh,
week.
yeah, that is.
They're looking ahead.
Yeah.
Coach,
Well,
you get an A for
hold on a
guts.
second. Has Buffalo had the same track record that Green Bay's had?
No, that's true.
You get an A for guts. All right, I respect you swinging for the fences. No chance of that happening. But and you're not a J-Lo fan. That's what it boils down to. You don't believe in J-Lo.
I think it's more about
I mean, I think J-Lo's a little up and down, just like the singer.
See, you're big game hunting and Wilds. My hunch is you're big game hunting too.
Maybe not.
I'm content. I know I'm in last place right now. I'm content to just chip away.
Yeah.
Chip
Tortoise
away.
in the hair.
Chip away. Yeah. And in a few weeks you'll see Brew is right there near the top. I am going with, and I'm surprised, Coach. I mean, I guess you wanted big game.
You're
You
the
wanted
Baltimore
huge.
Ravens of the upset.
That's right. I'm coming clawing back. Giants over the Niners.
I don't hate this.
I mean, look, every time I've sat up here and say, I can't believe they're not favored. They're favored. I've lost. But still, I think the Giants, Mac Jones has really struggled lately. You know, he's going to be starting again. I think he's got 2 touchdowns, 4 picks or something like that in his last 3 games. Yeah. It's not good. Pass rating of about 75. Pressure.
The numbers on that.
I believe that the Giants, we know they got a good front, so they're going to put pressure on him. This game is in New York. I think their attitude, Coach, is going to be, let's do it for Scat.
Wow.
Cam Scatterboo, they going out there after the bad injury. So, and they're a pretty decent team. They've just lost some tough games. So I got the Giants over the Niners in this one. I feel really good about it.
I worry, Brew, that the Giants' season ended in that Broncos game, and that there's no coming back.
They probably, Dable's probably coaching for his job.
Yeah,
And
I know.
think some of those guys, I think Dart wants him back.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think this is a tough one.
It's time now for the Puxatawny Phil of football to make his upset alert pick. Okay? People are like, why do they call you the Puxatawny Phil of football?
Yeah.
Covered with fur? It's because I live in a log? No. It's just a coincidence. Now, I looked through all of the upsets. I didn't love any of them. Okay? But I liked this, and he's my guy, and he's getting better.
Oh no. KW, don't do what I think you're going to do. Don't.
If this hits, I'm supposed to be more vocal so it lives online. But I'm being honest. I give you this pick with a lot of trepidation.
Buddy, don't
This
do
team
it.
has extra rest,
Oh, no.
but they are on the road. And I don't think this is a one-win team.
Well, you're right. They should be a 0-win team, but a game was given to them.
I know the Titans are at home, Dusty.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
The Chargers are going on the road, and they are going to lose to the Tennessee Titans.
Ah,
So here's the thing.
Titans.
First, we'll start with the Chargers
This
defense.
is not great.
Not impossible to run on. Not impossible. Let's look at their ranks. They're giving up 112 yards a game. Yards per rush around 5. And Tony Pollard, your guy, could have a good game.
Okay.
From the Titans website.
From the Titans website.
Yeah, straight propaganda. Here's a stat that is both discouraging
It's from their own website.
And
They're giving you
encouraging.
the best they can give
Discouraging?
you is discouraging and encouraging.
It's like that. It's like that. Dress. Which color do you see? In the common draft era, the only number 1 overall pick with fewer passing TDs than Cam Ward in their first 8 games are Alex Smith. He turned out pretty good.
Okay.
Terry Bradshaw and John Elway. That's good company. Cam Ward has been playing a little bit better. He had a decent game yardage-wise against the Colts.
Buddy.
I didn't love it. Little bit of a trap game. Oh, is Cam Ward going to give the ball to the other team? Well, is Justin Herbert? Since week 3, I don't have any alliterative phrase for this. Both of them have 10 giveaways. I take it. It's not great. It's not great.
This isn't a positive.
No, it's not.
What?
It's not positive. It's not positive
You
for
do
the
not
Chargers.
believe in this at all.
I believe
This
in
is
it.
the
at
worst
all.
sell job ever.
Absolutely.
Guys, first of all, I'm being
You just felt like you had to pick something.
Yeah.
Yes. You've come on here and said there's no upsets.
He has said that.
Multiple times.
Probably was right.
Nobody will be
Probably was
upset.
right.
Look, I don't have a lot of rationale. Here, can I give you one wild card before we get to Nick's pick?
Yeah,
just
okay.
one wild card. Just one wild card. Okay, listen. Just one wild card. There was a play where the new Titans coach punted the ball and Cam Ward cursed him out.
Yeah.
And in the post game, he was like, you know what? I should have gone for it. I think that was like a shake him by the shoulders moment. Like, man, I'm all of a sudden a head football coach. I'm going to be aggressive and let Cam Ward throw the ball around.
Okay.
That's why I'm guaranteeing the Titans beat the Chargers. Okay?
See, all right.
It might have.
I'm going to bring the juice because I'll be
Passionate.
honest, that was
Time out.
Listen.
You pick Mr. Upsets?
Listen,
find out.
whatever that was lacking in energy and confidence, at least it made up for in lack of brevity.
Let's see your upsets. Let's see it. Let's roll the dice.
I'm going against the spread, buddy.
We're not allowed to go against the spread. We have to go out here
Time
for an Hail
out
Mary passes.
for Nick's picks. Last week, not great. And including last week was a very chalky week, except for the 7.5-point favored Falcons that lost by 25 points to a Dolphins team that I swore had quit and was proven last night they had.
That's true.
Well, they tried.
A week
hard.
later.
Packers, nice pick by me. Cowboys, disaster. Disaster, lost by 20. So I'm 1-2, 2 games under. I need to go 3-0.
2 games under?
I need to go 3-0 to be back above 500. Luckily, this is a 3-0 week. First one, Lions laying a lot of wood, 8.5 against the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy might be bad enough at practice that one of the best quarterback coaches in football watched him and was like, one-armed Carson Wentz gives us a better chance week after week. What do we know about the Lions? They love running up the score. Love it. Jared Goff, 8-0 in his Lions career against the spread against the Vikings, and 15-4 with extended rest. Lions lay the 8.5. Another favorite, Seattle, -3 against Washington. This is very complex, but follow me down this road. Seahawks are actually quite good, and the Commanders are quite bad. You add to it the fact that the Commanders are banged up. Seattle is off a bye. Meanwhile, the Commanders played on Monday. That should be illegal. Seattle got an extra week. Commanders got minus a day. And you know, KW, I don't love West Coast teams going east, except for, of course, Seattle. 17-8-2 in the Eastern time zone in their last 28. I like that. That's against the spread, of course. Seattle laying the 3. Don't have to worry about a weird 1 p.m. start. It's a night game. And then last but not least, Chiefs -1.5. Give me a break. The game matters to the Chiefs. They're the best team in football right now. The Bills are banged up on defense. The Chiefs don't have their left tackle or their running back, which just means not having the running back means they'll pass the ball more. So I actually like that. You're going to have about 35 million people watch this game, and they're going to get to see what the Chiefs in the tackle that turned the tide era really look like. Probably hang about 37 points on Buffalo.
Post-tackle to turn the tide.
That's what I said.
You said pre, but...
They're going to show highlights from the first couple games. That'll remind people what it looked like in the pre-era, and then they're going to be like, bam, right there. Post-tackle to turn the tide era. Thank you, guys. So Detroit -8.5, Seattle -3, Kansas City -4.5. KW, so you're right. I went with all favorites this week. I don't like any. There's one dog I like.
What is it?
Pittsburgh +3 against Indy.
No way.
Mike Tomlin getting points at home. Mike Tomlin lost getting points at home last week. I thought I saw that train coming down the track. It's not going to happen back-to-back weeks, but I didn't have enough conviction to go with it. So I went with 3 favorites. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.